white like wool.
So the hairs on his head and the hairs on his beard were white in color and woolly in texture. What nation of people have woolly hair? Hair like a sheep. What nation of people have that type of hair? That texture of hair, that kinky hair, like the hair like a sheep, hair like wool, right? Like a sheep.
That brother hair right now.
Like this brother hair, he got hair like wool. See that? That's hair like wool. Right? Can you read it?
Movie.
It said, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Right?
And his feet.
And his what?
And his feet.
Now we're looking at your feet right now, and your feet are brown. So the top of his feet were like brass, right, which is brown. So he had the same color feet as you have. But so-called black people, we have different skin tones, right? So let's see how dark he was. And his feet, like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. As if what?
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they burned in a furnace. Meaning he was a very dark-skinned man. See that? Now, the Bible doesn't say he looks like this man. This man is a lie. This is not Jesus Christ. This is what the Bible says he looked like. Hair like wool. He had dark skin. The Bible does not say he looks like a so-called white man. This image is given to you by your oppressor and by your slave master, right? When we were slaves, we had to bow down to this image or be put to death, right? That's how we got this forced upon us. Now we're serving the so-called white man as God, right? Serving him as Jesus and his people. That's why we love his people more than our own people, because we look at their people as God and their people as Jesus, but ultimately Jesus looks like you, you know? So what color is Jesus according to the Bible? Which one is Jesus? This one or that one?
I'm gonna say the second.
The second one?
Yeah.
And that's right. And ultimately, he's the first one, because he was the first of all the creation, right? Jesus Christ. So ultimately, he's the first Jesus, and this right here is the false Jesus. See that? So we have to understand that. So which one is the real one, according to what we read in the Bible? Because the Bible talk about Jesus, right? What other book talk about Jesus?
The Bible is the handbook.
Come. So the Bible's the handbook. So what we're reading in the handbook is that Jesus looked like a so-called black man. So we got to erase this image out of our head. This image was in our grandmother's house. This image was under the coffee tables on that white Bible with his face on. What you got?
What was your religion when you was a boy?
When I was a boy, the Lord, my mom had me in Christianity, right? Which was what you call today is a false religion. Christianity consists of Baptist, Pentecostal, Mormon, Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventist, and much more, right? Even the people who say non-denominational, they are in Christianity as well. And although a lot of those people in Christianity, they had this image in their churches. You ever seen one in the church?
Of course. My ex-husband family is Pentecostal pastors, so I know the Bible.
Right, so they had this image in their church, right? So ultimately, with this image, this is a false engraven image. And that,
I got another question.
What you got?
What made you change to this religion that you're in?
Give me Isaiah 28 and verse number 10. I understand that. But give me Proverbs chapter 16 and verse number 1. Matter of fact, give me that, and then give me Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse number 23. Right? Read that first.
The book of Isaiah, verse 20. The book of Isaiah, chapter 28, and verse 10.
And verse number 10.
And verse 10. For precept must be upon precept.
Verse 9.
Verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk.
So the Lord said, it's a question. Who is he going to make to understand doctrine and knowledge? So ultimately, it's not of my own will, but it's of the Lord who made me come into this truth, right? The Lord made me come into this truth of knowing who he is. What is the truth? The truth is keeping God's laws. Give me Psalms chapter 111. Where can I find that?
No, I said, where did you find it?
Where did I find it?
Where did you find this religion that you practice now?
Well, ultimately, I don't have a religion.
What was your point in which you just said, I want to follow this thing?
Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. and then give me Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse number 4. I want the Jeremiah 17 and verse 4 first, right? So this religion, this is not a religion, first of all. This is a heritage, right? This is a way of living that we had, right? The Bible was our handbook, right? And this is the way of living that the Lord gave us to the children of Israel. That's who he gave it to. He gave it to the children of Israel, therefore it was our heritage. What is it? What is a heritage? It's a way of life. Whether like a culture. Different cultures have different foods that they eat, different clothing that they wear, different styles, right? And
so somebody met you on the corner just like you met me and introduced it to you?
Yes, I came through this truth through somebody else preaching this word. So yes, and there's no other person on this earth that can't come, that cannot come into this truth with just their own knowledge of just reading the Bible. I just read the Bible and I just ran across this and that. Well, really, that's going off your own understanding.
Yeah.
The Lord said He sent men out here to teach. You see that?
Yeah.
Another man is going to teach you. How can I understand knowledge except some man should guide me according to the Bible?
And also, the Bible talks about false prophets as well.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm just asking. I'm not gonna knock what you.
That's right. That's right.
Because I don't want you to knock what I like.
That's right. Give me 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1. Right? But give me Jeremiah 17 and verse 4 first.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage.
From thine what?
From thine heritage.
So we got discontinued from our heritage. How? In slavery and in captivity. This right here, this is recorded in the Holy Bible, in the scriptures, in the book of history that the Lord has given us, in the book of heritage that the Lord has given us. That was recorded that we would go into slavery on ships, right? According to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. This is how we understand who we are. Because there's no other nation that has gone into slavery on ships but the Israelites. And the only other people that are going off of another name are so-called black people who are actually the Israelites, according to the Bible. Right? You understand that, sister?
I understand.
Okay. So the black people, according to the Bible, are the actual Israelites. Not because of skin color, because of nationality and because they are chosen. The skin color doesn't matter. It's because your lineage and who your father is according to the Bible.
Okay.
Right? So, but we don't, and your nationality is Israel.
So how long have you practiced this?
We are the
here
Israelites.
so far?
How long have I practiced this here? About 4 years.
4 years.
Right.
What about you? 4 years.
A little over there.
A little over there. What about you?
Around my time. Right. Now, when it comes to the false prophets, right, give me 1 John chapter 4 verse 1.
The book of 1 John, chapter 1.
And let me ask you this: what religion do you pray?
Pentecostal.
Pentecostal.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this about your religion. How did you come into it?
How did I come into it? First, when I was a little girl, my mom said that we were Baptists, but I couldn't say that I was Baptist because we only went on certain holidays and stuff. So as I grew up, I went to a holiness church, and I liked it, the presence of God in me. And when I got a little older, I went to an apostolic Pentecostal church. That's where I met my husband. And I've been apostolic Pentecostal for 11 years. And then now that we're divorced, I just stopped going because it kind of felt weird because that's his family's church. And I just hadn't moved. So that's the only reason. This is my first year not being practicing my religion.
So now, when it comes to religion, the Bible doesn't deal with religion.
Yeah.
It deals with heritage and nationality.
Yeah.
So when you look in the Bible, the Lord don't say to be a Baptist, be a Pentecostal, to be a Mormon. He doesn't say that. He called us all throughout the Bible the children of Israel. And he said that we would be his people, right?
Okay.
Because give me Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 1, right? I'm going to show you who the chosen people are.
Okay.
Because do you believe that the chosen people, those would be God's people?
I think all people are God's people. Everyone is
The
chosen.
Lord created 18 different nations in the Bible. When in the time that Moses delivered the children out of Egypt, right? When he delivered them, did God call Pharaoh and his people, the Egyptians, his people? Or did he destroy them and wipe them pretty much off the face of the earth?
He destroyed those
He
people.
destroyed those people.
He did because of Pharaoh.
Now, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, were those his people?
Those were his people, but they were corrupt.
Let me ask you this. You have to show me that one. But ultimately, the Lord saved Lot. That he was right. But ultimately, let's go to Isaiah 44. Yes, give me that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 44, and verse 1. Yet now, hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel,
And who?
And Israel,
right?
whom I have chosen.
Whom I have what?
Whom I have chosen.
So he chose Israel. Israel are the chosen people, right? Israelites. Now, in the Bible, that's what you see all throughout the scriptures as being his chosen people. Give me Matthew chapter 1 and verse 21. Right, so come on up. All right, keep reading.
Verse 2. Thus said the Lord that made thee. Thus said the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb,
Right.
which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob,
Do what?
Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jezreel,
Right.
whom I have chosen.
Whom I have what?
Whom I have chosen.
So we are the chosen people, and we have been chosen from before we were even made, right? In our mother's womb. We were chosen from the foundation of the world. The actual physical Israelites. See that? Now the Israelites, do you feel like the Israelites are still walking this earth?
I'm not sure. I can't answer that.
Okay. Give me where it says that the sun and moon should appear, you know what I'm talking about? Pull that up for me. And then Isaiah 44 verse 1. Okay.
Isaiah chapter 44 verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant,
Right.
and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus said the Lord, that made thee and formed thee from the womb.
From the what?
From the
So the
womb.
Lord formed us from the womb, and he had chose us. He chose the Israelites. But you won't see where he chose a different religion according to the Bible. All throughout the Bible, he chose the Israelites, his people. Now we are his people, and we are the Israelites. That is our true heritage and our true nationality, right? Now we shouldn't be serving false gods and false religions, because those religions actually were given to you by the so-called white people, right? In slavery and in captivity. That was given to you by him. You know, he is the one who forced Christianity upon you and white Jesus. That's why we understand now, as our people as a whole, that he looks like this. But ultimately, the Bible says he looks like that. We have to decide who we're going to obey, whether we're going to obey God or whether we're going to obey men. Right? So which one would you obey?
I'm going to obey God.
That's right. You're going to obey what the Bible says, right?
That's
That's
right.
right. So ultimately, let's go to give me so ultimately when you look at, let me ask you this, you ever heard of the curses of Deuteronomy 28?
No.
Right? Read what you got, Kate.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 36. I guess I saw it. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night.
So the Lord created all things, right? Can you read it?
Which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Right.
If those ordinances depart from before me.
So the Lord said, if the ordinances that he made, the stars, the sun, the moon, the clouds, if they depart, meaning they just vanish into thin air and they go away. Can you read it?
Saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
So if the sun and the moon cease to do their job, right, then the children of Israel would cease from off the face of the earth. Now we're looking at the sun right now. We can see the sun. The sun is out. Right? We see the cloud. We'll see the stars in a minute. But ultimately, Those things have not been done away with. So guess what? The Israelites are still upon this earth. So the Lord is basically telling you, I'll never do away with my people. Because the sun and the moon will abide forever.